PSA Reloaded, man. It's your boy 3-Letter Man. Subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Y'all see where to follow your boy at. Hit the like button. I appreciate that. Y'all see the title of this one, man. Let's talk about it. We're talking common. I go from the era of the common sense, okay? Booming in your Jeep. That's the era of common I come from. Obviously, how I Used to Love Her is one of the greatest hip-hop songs of all time, right? Then you connect Pete Rock, who produced one of the greatest songs of hip-hop, of all time in hip-hop, which is They Reminisce Over You, Troy, R.I.P. to Heavy D, R.I.P. to some of the guys, Trouble T. Roy, and all that, from Heavy D and the boys and all that. And these two brothers have come together and do a project, and I've been saying this for a while, man. Listen, man, Skies, and I hate to go back to Sky Zoo. I hate to bring Sky Zoo in the project because I thought Sky Zoo and what Pete Rock did was just beautiful music, man. Retropolitan was so dope, man. And I'm glad, listen, I'm glad to see Common and Pete Rock connect. I think the rollout for this project, the Auditorium Volume 1, think about it, this is Volume 1. So when you hear Volume 1, obviously we should be getting a Volume 2, could be 3, 4, 5, 6, we don't know. But we're starting with Volume 1, and I'm pretty sure Pete Rock and Common have a lot of songs in the stash that probably did not make the cut for this particular album, and now we're gonna fast forward to a different project, right? This was a very dope project. Let me just say this off rip. Yes, it was. I like it a lot, man. You see these brothers doing shows and podcasts on the Drink Champs. Jimmy Fallon, I believe they was on. Pa Snooze was on there. R.I.P. Dave and all that. You know what I mean? So they've been making the rounds and the promotion for this project and the way they released a couple of singles before we had a project, right? Now, once again, the album is called Auditorium. Let's get into the first song, man. Dreaming. Daydreaming and I'm drinking on you. Now, obviously, that is a sample, and I think Cameron, if memory serves me right, he had a song called Daydreaming on the Come Home With Me project that I believe he had on there. And I believe Common had a song called, was it Daydreaming on the, was it the album Daydreaming, Maya Angelou? One of the projects Common had a song with Daydreaming, whatever, my bad. Now, the beat on this is dope. Smooth beat by Pete Rock. Com does a lot of name dropping. Listen, we talk about the battle rapper game from the West Coast, right? How much name dropping he does when he does his projects. Com did a lot of name drops. Now, see, the thing with name dropping also, and maybe we're prisoner of the moment and we're picking and choosing who does the name drops and stuff, because I love to hear dudes name drop old school rappers that I rocked with, you know? When he's talking about Rakim and stuff like that, I just love hearing Common go into that bag, right? Obviously, what's a Common project without him mentioning the great late Jay Dilla, of course, right? Com said, I seen Prince. He was time traveling through the, we said through the one day, said through the Morris Days and Gladys Knight. Think about it, Morris Day, Gladys Knight. I seen Prince. He was time traveling through the Morris Days and Gladys Knights. Sheila E. reminded me about the Glamorous Life. The Glamorous Life, Sheila E. Yeah, see that? See, some of your young cats, that you hear them kind of names and you might not be familiar with all that. You go to Sheila E., watch the Crush Groove and all that. He never left so we could have our rights. Biggie and Prodigy told me to grab the mic. Common second verse I thought was dope on here. He talked a lot about Malcolm X and Martin Luther King throughout the duration of this project. Another line he said, hip-hop is our religion. Stevie's vision with Ribbon in the Sky. Stevie Wonder had a song called Ribbon in the Sky. Even though the R&B group intro had Ribbon in the Sky also, you know, whatever. Hip-hop is our religion. Stevie's vision with ribbons in the sky. It's the good life. We was living in the Shai. Seen Trugoy, the dove, he began to fly. Told him Possum Maze, De La would never die. And he did a lot of name dropping for De La Soul. Obviously did a song with Pa Snooze. Obviously you go back to, was it the Stakes is High project, I believe, that they had? With De La and Common, The Business. That song, I think it was called, what was the name of that joint they had? That joint was fire. Common had a fire verse on that project, man. And Common giving us 3 verses on this song. And I want to say this, he's done it a lot through this project where he's giving us 3 verses. Are we bringing back 3 verses in hip-hop? Is that what we doing? Because he had a lot of 3 verses on here, man. You know, even though the last verse, probably like 8 bars on this song. So I do like the song Dreaming Off the Gate, man. Track 2, Shai Town Do It. Shai Town, Shai City and all that, you feel me? Speaking to the female throughout this verse. Her not trusting dudes. Says, let's sample the day and we can loop it. I just like that. Let's sample the day and we can loop it. Obviously the beat is dope as here. Listen, P-Rock production is dope, man. It's just dope. And I'm gonna say this, bro, about P-Rock, man. It's always been that conversation, Pete Rock versus Premier, right? You go back to the early 90s and stuff. You know, some people might give the edge to Primo and the totality of the big producers of all time. And I've said this on my show numerous times, bro. Pete Rock, within the last 3 to 4 years, maybe, he's had better beats than Premier. I'm going to keep it tall with you. He has. I know Nas and Premier working on a project, but Pete Rock, Alchemist and Pete Rock, to me, they're my favorite producers right now. But that's a different story for a different day. Right? Sampling voices, scratches from Pete Rock. Samples Kanye's voice on here. 2 verses from Common. I ain't a lock and chain type of nigga that will cuff you. I'm going to keep it funky. That's something I must do. Like, he you know, then he did the, anybody know this when he said, Fly Girl? Fly Girl is an old school song from the Boogie Boys. And I liked how he tossed that in there right there, Common. Don't think we didn't catch that. If you're old school cat, you did catch when he did Fly Girl reference on that song right here, man, right? So track 2, Shai Town Do It. Track 3, This Man. Very cinematic beat by Pete Rock, in my opinion. The horns is dope on this project. Common again with, you know, he's 3 for 3 right now, in my opinion, man. From Dreaming to Shai Town Do It to now This Man. This is one of my favorite songs on here. This Man, this has definitely been on repeat. And listen, I have not listened to Eminem Project yet. I've listened to Common Sense from 12 o'clock last night. Woke up this morning, this afternoon again. So I haven't listened to one Eminem Project. I've listened to Common, and Common. So let me make sure I say that. All right? 3 verses that are dope from Common. My purpose is about unity for this culture. Hip-hop is in good hands in this man's arm. And it's true, it's in good hands. It's in good hands anytime Common and Pete Rock decide to do music, whether it's together or just separate. It's always dope when these brothers come out. So I do like these first 3 tracks. Track 4, We're On Our Way. Talks about I learned what the 7 is, the God number, talking that mathematics stuff. He spoke about King Drive, which is in Chicago. Another song with Common with 3 verses again. I feel like I'm beating a dead horse. We're On Our Way is a pretty much a solid song, right? Track 5, Fortunate. Fortunate. The only Fortunate song I ever knew was from Maxwell R&B, but that's cool. That's cool. The title of the song is kind of self-explanatory. Fortunate. Fortunate when I was 12, I let rap allure me. And a lot of us who love hip-hop could feel that line right there. Fortunate when I was 12, I let rap allure me. Now, I was probably younger than 12 listening to hip-hop at the time when I was listening to hip-hop. I was much younger than 12 years old. I was really young listening to rap music as a youngin' and stuff around my older cousins and stuff. So, but you do feel that, man. It gives you a lot of introspective lines throughout the duration of this whole project, man. You know what I mean? Dope song, man. Another 3 verses on here, son. Track 6, So Many People featuring Belial. Now, we do know Belial and Common had the 6 Cent song that was on, what was the 6 song? How was the 6 Cent song? The project was, that wasn't like for chocolate, was it? But the 6 Cent song, the 6 Cent song is fire. Premier to that beat. That joint is fire, man. But we've seen Common and Belial do songs in the past, what I'm trying to get to. He gave, in the beginning, this gave me kind of, I feel like he was trying to get into, I used to love her kind of vibes in the beginning. Then he talks, then the 1 verse is about destiny, the 2nd verse is about faith, and the 3rd verse is about hope. And then, you know, Malcolm X talk at the end. So, I come from the era of when brothers would do music and they would have Martin or Malcolm, they would sample a speech or something that these brothers had or interview and incorporate in their music, whether it's the beginning of the song or the end of the song. Hey, Ghostface Killer had a song called Malcolm, right? So, there you have it. Right? So many people, it's a solid song. Track 7, Wise Up. Obviously, that was the first song that we heard on this project, the Auditorium Volume 1. So Wise Up was the first single that we heard. I still play Wise Up. I like Wise Up a lot, man. Track 8, A God There Is. Now, this is common in his gospel / hip hop bag. Dope hook. Very spiritual. We got in his spiritual bag. We got 2 verses from Common on here. A God There Is. I think it's a dope hook on this track also, man. Very soulful, dope hook on this particular track, on track 8, A God There Is. Track 9, Stellar. I like Stellar a lot. Now, let me say this, off rip now, I like Dreaming a lot. I'm just backtracking now. I like Dreaming a lot. I like Chi-Town Do It. I like This Man a lot. We're on our way, Fortunate, and So Many People. I like those songs. Now, I like the first 3 songs more than 4, 5, and 6, if I'm being nitpicking and stuff. I like Wise Up, and A God There Is also solid, but I like Stellar a lot. This is Common talking, can I say hip-hop theater almost? A very up-tempo beat by Pete. Dope wordplay from Common. Underrated like Steph. I discovered my range. I like the fact that, he name drops BDP, Boogie Down Productions and all that. I like all that, man. Track 10, Lonesome. Now, Common doing a song called Lonesome. The title track of the song called Lonesome Alone, that's some shit Joe Budden would probably, sorry, old school Joe Budden would have a song called Lonesome in one of his tracks and everything, man. I do like this song a lot, though. I like this song, man. I like Common's second verse also. I thought his second verse was damn near flawless. All his verses are dope, but that second verse to me, I like his second verse. Even though he had 3 verses on this project, and he's just dropping gems, man. And I could see them doing a visual for the song called Lonesome, though. I could see that. Track 11, All Kind of Ideas. I like the fact that my man Pete Rock is sampling Rakim's voice on here. Pete's actually rapping on here. Now, Pete Rock has rapped on many back in the Making the Soul Brother projects. He had a solo project, solo song on his Soul Brother #1. I think on the Creators, the EP with the Creator, him and CL. Because people sleep on that Creator, what was the name of that EP Pete Rock and CL had? It wasn't Making the Soul Brother. Before Making the Soul Brother, I believe. I think it was called The Creator, wasn't it? That, and Pete Rock been rapping though. He rapped on the Basement song also, Making the Soul Brother. What was that album that Pete Rock and CL had in '94? Where I Found the Love. I Get Physical and all that. That second album, Pete Rock and CL Smooth, it was slept on, bro. Searching, they had Searching on there. I Get Physical with the Big Daddy Kane sample or the Biz Markie sample. I Get Physical. That's Kane. Yeah, that sample Kane's voice and stuff. Main Ingredient. There we have it. Main Ingredient. See, my bad, fam. I can't remember everything. There's so many. I've been listening to hip hop since the '80s and now. I'm getting older now. But yeah, the Main Ingredient. That's just hitting my head. The Main Ingredient. That was a slept-on project. Even though Making the Soul Brother would get more props. And then Pete Rock also had his own album, solo project, Soul Survivor, which was a very slept-on Pete Rock. Very slept-on project. I think that came out in '98. That was a very slept-on project by Pete Rock, though, but neither here nor there, man. So the point I'm trying to make, we've seen Pete Rock rap before, basically. I don't think did Pete Rock rap on Sky Zoo Metropolitan? And one thing about Pete, though, he's always been dope with the ad-libs. He's always been good with the ad-libs, man. But Common's verse is dope on here. I ain't gonna hold you. It was dope. Track 12, When the Sun Shines Again, featuring Pasunu from De La Soul. Like I said, we've seen Common do songs with De La in the past. They was just on Jimmy Fallon, I think, doing this particular song recently, this week, this past. I like this song a lot, man. I like this song a lot. And Common did add another verse to this, though. The Apostle was rapping, and the same thing Lloyd Banks does. Lloyd Banks don't play that, man. Banks is gonna drop a verse, let the feature get the second verse, and close out on some Mariana Rivera type ish, you know. Track 13, Everything So Grand, a very jazzy beat from Pete Rock. Very soulful joint and everything. Everything so good everything so grand is good also. And the last track, Now and Then. Oh man, the piano on this from Pete Rock is dope. Dope blars from Common, man. Please go support Auditorium Volume 1. I like this project a lot. You know what I mean? Now I'm gonna give it a rating. I'm gonna give this a strong after 4 listens. Twice last night, woke up this morning, and when I was working, I was letting it play in the background. After my notes and everything like that. And one thing about me, as soon as I jump on the camera, is me just finishing listening to the music, so it's still fresh in my brain. I'm giving this project a strong 4 mics. Yes, strong 4 mics. And then let me just say, this is a very dope project, man. Now, I see people going into comparison bag, and before I go into that, let me just give Ninth Wonder just kudos too, because he said something interesting about this project. He said the conversation I've been having with folks for at least 20 years about the music that Pete Rock and Common just did. Grown folks music, grown man conversations, and that Common displayed on this whole project, right? Shout out to my guy Mad Slander on Twitter. So before y'all kill me, I did not say this, okay? And some of y'all might agree with Matt Slander, so let me make sure I don't agree with him, okay? Some of y'all might agree with him, and I think I don't want to go in his bag. He said on Twitter that he could see the comparison between this project with Pete Rock and 2005 Common Sense or Common's project, the B project with Kanye West. I do not agree with that. I think Common's B album is a certified 5 mic classic. I think if you want to go in singles, The Corner, Go, Testify. I mean, it's too much. Dogs. I'm sorry, man. That Testify video, but I'm sorry. And it's too early to do this. First of all, it's too early to do that. Let's not jump out the window and compare this to say that this album is sitting at the table with Common B album. I'm not doing that. I'm not there. I can't. Nah. Fam, I don't even, respectfully, I don't have this project over Sky Zoo's Metropolitan. I don't. And I like this project a lot, but I don't got this. Maybe time will tell. I didn't say this. Let's play the waiting game. But it did not hit me like Common B, man. I'm sorry, it just did. That's not taking nothing away from the project. I know y'all are out here. So I got this as a strong 4 mic album or 4 listens. And I'm here for volume 2. So shout out to Common. Shout out to Pete Rock. Volume 1, Auditorium. Please support. It's your boy 3. 1.